Hey family, hope you are well. So I was sitting here having a brain dump, and I wanted to actually share something with you because I thought it was pretty cool, and I'm excited about it. And when these things happen, I often just write them down and write out business plans and all that kind of good stuff. And now, when I start doing it a new way, which is when I have business ideas, I'm actually going to go live and make it a brain dump. So I have, for those that aren't familiar, I have a show called In the Shed with Aaron Hill, and it's basically an idea that came out of yet another desire to give, and to share information and share what I know and help others while I am on my own path of growing and constantly learning. So as soon as I learn something, I like to turn it right around and give it, to someone else. So with that, I decided at some point that I was going to try to make it where from now on when I practiced, I never practiced again without sharing the information at the same time. And so In the Shed was born where I would record myself practicing and turn it into an interactive practice show, and where I would be an accountability partner for other musicians, because most of you all know it's just like going to the gym. Many people need an accountability partner in order to stay focused and stay disciplined. And so, we don't always have that. So a lot of us don't get our practice in. So I decided to be that. So that's In the Shed. And it's been going really well. If you haven't seen it already, I have over 50 episodes on YouTube. You can just go to YouTube, Aaron Hill TV, and you can go to the In the Shed playlist, or you can just search In the Shed. But anyway, so that's been going really well. I've really been enjoying sharing the information, and some people are starting to catch on and get hip to it and really tune in and are really helped by it. And for a while, I wanted to somehow turn it into a live event, but I couldn't figure out how, because I didn't want to just have another jam session. I think jam sessions are great, but I didn't just want to have another jam session. Like, I had to have some other kind of specialness to it. So I was like, how could I bring this show live and make it unique? And so now I figured it out. And so I titled this In the Shed with Aaron Hill live event someday, because of course it won't be right now, in lieu of, where things are going on in our world. But at some point, probably, I guess in this next quarter or so, or by like the summertime, I'm going to do an In the Shed with Aaron Hill live. And basically, you'll be able to attend, even as a music listener. It'll be for both musicians as well as just for people who like to come out to concerts. And it will basically be like a really organized shed, It'll be with my trio, Fruition Experience, and the goal will be to invite musicians out to shed. And unlike most sheds, everybody will actually have the tunes beforehand. Like, everybody will know what tunes we're playing, because leading up to it, I'll be doing that in the show. So it's a way that I'll work the show and the live event together. So as you're tuning in to the show and practicing, you'll be preparing for the live event version of it, the live shed, And so it'll be like one of the first jam sessions where you prepare for the jam session in advance. And so it'll be open, for musicians. It'll probably be, it probably will be a cover, which will be the other cool and solid part about it, because it'll really be like a well put on thing, even though there's going to be, a complete open door for all kinds of improv, as far as song choices and as far as just the music itself. But there'll still be a high level quality to it, because that's just how I think about things. So it'll probably be a cover, probably something like $5 or $10, and it'll probably be at least a 3-hour event. Hey Wilbur, hey Dwayne, let me know what you all think about these ideas. It'll at least be a 3-hour event, and more than likely it'll be about somewhere between five. I'll say Yeah, I'll say a 3 hour event with somewhere between like 6 to 8 tunes that are chosen and that everybody knows in advance and everybody sheds on, so they come with their A game. We'll do different things like, change keys and modulate and those kind of things, work on different things, but it'll feel like a concert at the same time, which is why, as a listener, if you're watching this and you're on a musician, but you're just kind of tuning in to what a brother's saying, you'll enjoy it from just a pure concert perspective. It'll be like a concert where you got Fruition Trio and then like a whole cast of other musicians that are all just phenomenal. And so, but the dynamic that I like about this is that because it's a different kind of thought process, you get a chance to hear music develop and unfold in a different way. Most of the times musicians and artists know when it comes to sheds, it's the only audience usually is the musicians and artists, which is cool because it's like, you hope that it's like a classroom type of environment, but at the same time, with that, sometimes the music can go into a direction that's like one-sided, because it's all musicians, and a lot of times it might be an ego trip or people competing. But when you have an audience as well, then that adds to that dynamic. So you still have the shed happening, but you also have an actual audience. And so the music will unfold and develop in a different way. And then the other thing is I'm going to do like, it'll be some Q&A, it'll be some conversation in between where, I talk about certain ideas I'm working on and different people talk about things. Like there'll be little segments where, we even ask questions or we just stop and, like I say, maybe I'll talk about something that I'm working on, some idea, and maybe I share it and everybody plays it, or like, just like an interactive environment that's like a mixture between an organized shed and like a actual concert. So I think for starters, like I said, once everything normalizes as far as our movement in society, I'll probably look at it as a once a quarter deal for sure. But I'm pretty certain that I'm going to do this, and I just wanted to come on and do a business brain dump to tell you all about it as I'm working the ideas out in my head. Yeah, so In the Shed with Aaron Hill live. At least like a 3 hour shed / concert kind of vibe, where everybody knows in advance the tunes that we're all prepping for, and it's open for anybody to come and sit in. There will be some guidelines, and I'll do some management, but it'll still be fun. It'll still be loose and flexible while not being too out of control. Still having a organized flow to it. And I'll probably, as far as venue, I might try like Ondi Music if you all are in Baltimore. Ondi Music or either UB Blake Center or something like that. And it'll also be a little bit of a symposium kind of vibe where people can talk about certain things and share. That's the other thing I like about this too, and why I'm excited to do this, because since I'm going to be making a unique style event from it where an audience will come for like a concert, the audience will get a chance to kind of see a side of musicians and the conversations that they've never heard or seen before. So, say like, we're talking about, say, musicians, we're talking about maybe ideas that we play over 251s or how we approach a melody or something like that. As we're sharing our perspectives, there'll probably be a microphone passed around and that kind of thing. People will get a chance to hear how we think as musicians. And the thing I really like about this is that I was just talking to someone about this yesterday. When it comes down to appreciation of music, appreciation is the way that's determined is largely based on your understanding of what you're hearing. And I say that because I've realized when it comes down to preferences of music, our preferences are based on how we can relate to it. Like if we can really understand what's going on. If we can't, and it feels like it's over our head, then we can't appreciate it. We don't like it. If we can, than we many times we do. Now there's still that subjective, like you can understand something and still think it sounds terrible. But there is something deep to say about when you as a person, whether you're a musician or whether you're a casual music listener, when you actually understand whether it's the intention of the notes being played by the musician or artist, or even as far as theory, it allows you to appreciate it. So I'm excited about this. Hey Deborah, hey Wilbur, hey Dwayne, thanks for hanging out. I'm excited about this because when we have those short conversations in between tunes, about just ideas, practice ideas, or theory ideas and that kind of thing, the audience will be able to listen in, which means they'll start having a deeper understanding of the music, which will naturally make them appreciate and enjoy what they're hearing even more. Especially, and this is my brain going. This is what happens to me when I'm doing business builds. Like I said, I just decided to do it in a different kind of new interactive way. And by all means, please drop a line. Let me know what you think of these thoughts. I'm into psychology pretty heavily, and that's the thing I've realized why I'm so fascinated with music, why I'm fascinated with business and everything. Hey Tamba, thanks for hanging out, bro. Hey man, great catching up with you the other day, bro. That was really cool to catch up with you. So one of the things that, say if I'm explaining something as far as an idea I've been shedding on, and I show everybody and maybe everybody tries to play it or mimics it or something like that. It's almost, for musicians who are familiar with Barry Harris, it's almost like a Barry Harris-esque kind of thing, but without being cursed out during the during the shit. Barry will get in your ass. And I've never been there. I've just seen it on video. But anywho, but from the perspective of everybody joining in and kind of playing the ideas along, or offering other ideas. And so to offer those ideas and talk about it and to play them and to break them down for a couple minutes where an audience is in attendance, means that once we put those ideas in the song, the audience actually has a deeper appreciation and enjoyment of it because they understand it. So this is why I'm so bubbling and excited about this, because there's a lot psychologically that comes out of this that's fun, that's intriguing, that's interesting, that's inspiring, educational, and entertaining. So anywho, that's it. That's the brain dump for the day. If you're just getting into this live stream, take it from the top. Let me know your thoughts. And other than that, once we normalize, once we get back to our flow as far as society, look out for In the Shed with Aaron Hill live event. I'm super excited. So, all right, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. Stay safe. Be well. And I'll talk to you soon. Peace.